Spooky stuff happens in markets, and if you've been following me, friends, I always speak about someone's personality if they're the founder of a coin and how it kind of splits off to the community. In PulseChain, we saw the same thing happening right now. You're going to be very surprised. Richard Heart injects $14 million here. One guy injects it, and then we dump off hard. Now, what's interesting, right? One guy buying, and then people go, see you later, I'm out. We dump off hard. If you've been following the influencer coins index, which is pretty much like Axis, Nope and stuff, friends, we see the same thing. We see Mr. Solid Hex. So you remember one Solid Hex, he put like 300 grand in the bottom of Hex or something. He's got like, 60 million, $100 million. He's making like 500K a week in ink yield or whatever it is. You can see basically it goes up and then we smack down. Goes up, smack down. Up, smack down. Look at all these giant smacks. I'm sure some of them are just like a bit of manipulation to try to just get weak hands out. But you can see it as well. There's a pump up, and then there's an insertion, and then bang, back down 70%. So, isn't it funny? The ghost spirit man, it's crazy. It's like one person comes in, hey, I'm buying it up. But what happens, friends, is this is what happens, okay? Someone showed me the data on these influencer coins. So, even, for example, Axis, the number of holders was not keeping up with the price. So, you can see this, right? They're trying to force the price up, but this is what happens, right? Someone has money here, and this is the liquidity pool. That person inserts money into the liquidity pool, so they buy. So they put money in the pool, take the tokens out, the price goes up. But then someone else, because the money's in the pool higher, they go, guess what? I'm going to take that money, dump my coins back, the price goes back down. So this guy on the right, insert money, it goes up. That's Mr. Solid Hex. And then someone else in the ecosystem goes, guess what? Oh, you're up again? Okay, now I'm taking it back down. See you later. It just does that. See, it's just a transfer. It's a transfer like that. Well, that's pretty much what happened with PulseChain Sacrifice and PulseChain Sacrifice. Richard Heart inserts, someone else takes it, and out. So just to show you, if Richard Heart was to start deploying the sacrifice funds, you would see that on a grand scale. We wouldn't get our whole, hey, we're going to be 400x higher. No, you won't. He'll insert 20 million, maybe like 18 million takes out. He inserts 20 million, okay, maybe 15 million takes out. Like that. He inserts 100 million, maybe the price goes up like, 6x, and then you might see like 70 million take out. So the price is making a floor, but look how inefficient it is. You're spending so much money to do that. Why? Because you're not adding more organic people. That's why. That's why, friends, you need grassroots. You need to actually expand. That's why market cap matters, and you need less people to start, and then you got to grow to higher numbers. But that's okay, friends, because, everybody thought Bitcoin had a lot of people at 1 million people. Now it has 220 million plus. So that's what everyone says. But there's only one Bitcoin, okay? So now you get to see. This is what happens, friends. If you were like, oh, if I was a whale, I would just pay everybody. Yeah, you can't. You can't. You put your money in, one guy takes it out, retraces the price. That's it. See how thin liquidity is? So, yeah, you can do all these stuff. That's why, friends, like I say to you, they're not imaginary horribles when you can see some big sharks circling in PHEX and everyone says, oh, it's a cycle one coin. And I'm like, no, it's not, dude. These guys have like, 40 million PHEX, 50 million PHEX, 100 million PHEX. They're waiting for that 10-cent number. You know what I mean? You're going to drag it up, and they're going to be scaling it along the way, okay? So, however, it's not fun, just telling you. That is what would happen if it was deployed today and there's no new users. That's why it's up to everybody to get new users. But, of course, the number one promoter of new users was Richard Heart streaming back in the past bull market. That was the number one promoter alongside the Ethereum price. Okay, so are we going to get that again? I don't know. Let's find out.